Hey, welcome everybody to the Ox Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Big Book, aka Ox. And listen, before we get started, do me a favor. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, share the video if you like it, so you'll be notified anytime I drop any new content. All right, let's get started. So, we're here to recap the game over the weekend between the Michigan Wolverines and the Washington Huskies. With a score of 27-17, won by Washington. As a Michigan fan, I really didn't feel too good at all after the game. And even a couple days later, I still feel like, I don't feel like I usually feel in past seasons after losses. And I think it's because I came in this year knowing that it was going to be a struggle offensively. I didn't think we'd have this many problems on defense. The defense is not as good as I thought it would be with the amount of projected first round talent that we have. But before we do that, let me get through some of these stats. I'm not going to give the individual stats because it really doesn't matter. It didn't matter. Washington basically went up and down the field the whole game. First downs, Washington 23, Michigan 17. Total yards, Washington 429, Michigan 287. Washington had 315 yards passing, Michigan 113. Michigan did have 174 rush yards, Washington also over 114. So, now that that's out the way, let's get down to the nitty gritty. When I'm wrong about something, I have no problem coming out and telling you I was wrong. I was all aboard the Alex Orji train because I figured that he brought a dimension to the offense that we needed to be successful. He brought a dynamic to where the run game would be better than what it was when Davis Warren was playing quarterback. And it was. The problem was that the passing did not progress like I thought it would. It was getting better. And actually, he didn't play bad in the Washington game. The problem was we got down 14-0. And with us getting down 14-0, now we got to kind of abandon our game plan, which is run, pass. Run, pass. Gotta abandon that. So the quarterback switch had to be made. Even though he didn't play bad. He actually had two open receivers that it looked like he was gonna hit. But the pass got batted down at the line of scrimmage. Both of them. But here nor there, that's what happened. It got batted down. 3 and outs. I didn't see the offense really moving while Alex was in the game. I will say this. When Jack Tuttle came into the game, the plays that they called for Jack were completely different than the plays that they called for Alex. I don't understand why we can't see Alex with 4 wide receivers and patterns, routes being run past 10 yards down the field. It seems like when Alex is in the game, it's always a bunch formation. It's like there's a whole bunch of mesh routes going on, and everything is just boggled up. There's no separation. And it seems like when Jack came into the game, they went to a whole different playbook. And I understand Jack is a better passer. He's probably more accurate. But my thing is, I would have liked to see Alex in passing situations where he's got 4 wide receivers, where he's got 3 wide receivers. He's got long crosses, long digs, fly routes. And I just don't think his package, that didn't involve those routes. But here nor there, I can't be mad at the change because something needed to happen. To his credit, Jack came in and Jack played okay. He played okay enough for us to score 17 straight points, take the lead, and, kind of give us hope that we have found something. Turns out the defense just kept giving up good, big plays. The offense couldn't muster really anything once again, there's coaching changes at halftime, and it seems like the other coaches make changes, and when we get to our coaches, everything is stagnant. It seems like the only changes that's made is Wink making changes to the defense and us not finishing the game in the fourth quarter. Seems like getting overwhelmed. Man, that defense, everybody wants to blame things on the offense. But to me, the defense, our backbone, it's not as tough as I thought. Michigan's defensive rankings are not good. They're not. And, you can't have a terrible offense and a bad defense. It's kind of crazy because our defensive line is great, man. That's why I don't understand why Wink blitzes so much. I don't even think we give up 80 on the ground. We don't. We give up 76. 76 yards on the ground. That's 5th nationally. 76 yards a game. You can't run on us. So why is Wink bringing all this pressure, all these blitzes? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. There's already a problem in the secondary. The coverage is bad. The rotation is bad. The communication is bad. The technique is bad. The tackling is bad. There's a lot of bad things going on in the secondary. The linebacker play, that has actually, to me, gotten better week after week. Ernest played a real good game. Barnum is getting better. So in an area where it was a little rocky to start this season, it's gotten better. The defensive line, those guys are tight. I don't understand why Wink just continuously thinks he needs to blitz. The front four will get and put pressure on the quarterback. We give up so many plays in the secondary. Jair Hill is not playing good right now. He's had a couple good games, but these last couple weeks they've been real hard. And he is not he's not progressing well right now. And I understand, and we all have to understand, he's playing on the opposite side of an All-American corner. He's playing on the opposite side of one of the best 2 cover corners in America. And it just seems like it's beating him down. He's getting beat on bad throws he shouldn't get beat on. It seems like sometimes that they're just throwing the ball up, hoping for a pass interference call. They're getting that from him. They're getting just bad technique plays where he can't find the ball. And plays that should be intercepted or knocked down, they're converting on him. The secondary play, it's not good. I don't know what is going on with the rotations when people are blitzing and areas of the field are being left empty and it's like there's no rotation. There's no communication going on. It's like everybody's not on the same page. And it seems like the person that's messing up is the person directly involved in the coverage. And it's crazy. I mean, this year, they're converting, other teams are converting 40% on third down. 40%. 40%. And a lot of these are third and medium, third and long. I would have never thought that the defense would give up so many third and longs. 260 yards per game passing they're allowing. That is 114th nationally. 114th. They can't run, so they're passing. So I understand the passing stats will be inflated a little bit, but come on, man. I don't know if Wink is... I don't know if he should be retained after this year. Because he's not learning. He is not learning. We should not have lost that game after we caught up. Now, I understand Wink is not on the field. So even though Wink is calling plays he probably shouldn't, they're not even being executed the way they should. So it goes from Wink back onto the players. Really, the secondary. Will Johnson had a bad penalty the last couple minutes of the game. I'm not going to get on Will about that. Bad play. Bad play. But I can get on Wink calling these plays to where the corners are 10, 11 yards off of the wide receivers when it's third and medium, second and medium. Why? Why? I mean, if that is what he's teaching, something needs to change. Why are they being taught that? Why are they being taught to be that far off the ball? You're basically giving 7 to 8 yards on a quick slant or a quick out. I don't understand it. And then when they catch the ball, we can't tackle them. This is one of the worst tackling teams I've seen in the last 8 years. Terrible tackling team. Come up, square up to the guy. Get square, make a good tackle. We didn't have a problem last year tackling. We were the best tackling team in the nation last year. These guys played with the guys that left last year, and they played a lot. It seems like there is just no discipline on this team. I haven't seen any leaders step up on the field. There's nobody getting upset. Donovan Edwards had a little emotion that the TV cameras picked up last game. I think that's the first time I've seen anybody with any emotion. It's like the players don't care. It's like they got their ring and they don't care. They don't care if they're playing bad. They don't care about the losses. And the whole thing just looks terrible. It just looks terrible. First downs. The defense has gave up 105 first downs. 75 have been through the air. That's 107th nationally. 75. The third down percentage, like I said, 40%. 90th nationally. This was supposed to be the backbone while the offense was catching up. You can really say the defense has let us down in the games that we lost. I understand that the offense didn't do too much against Texas. I do. But the defense played horrendous in that game. And they definitely played horrendous against Washington. You got a coach calling bad plays, the bad plays not being executed properly, technique bad, tackling bad, which brings me right back to the coaching. From coaching to players, all the way back to coaching. Because nothing has gotten better. Offensively, hey, like I said at the beginning, hey, I can tell you when I'm wrong, man. And I did not think Jack Tuttle would be better suited, but I was wrong. He did good. I know he came in, he threw the interception at the end of the game, fumbled. I mean, but he hasn't played. He has not played. So I think from here on, Jack is the best fit for what we want to do. With him in the game, it kind of looks like the Michigan offense from last year. And I think that's what Coach Moore really wanted to continue to play. It's just not efficient. It's not effective. I mean, the wide receivers, I don't know if it's the routes or if it's the wide receivers. Because there's not a lot of separation in these routes. But when I see these routes, man, these routes look so basic. They don't look schemed up or difficult at all to defend. I mean, there's nothing to them. I believe we don't have a number one, but we do have talented wide receivers. And I don't know what Kirk Campbell is calling, but the route tree needs to be better. It really does. You scheme according to what you have. You put players in the best position to succeed. And I don't think Kirk Campbell is doing that. Now, we got a bye week coming up. So Tuttle has a whole week. Campbell has a week to change things around. We'll see how that goes. But I don't think he should be retained either. I really would like if Coach Moore just took over the play calling. Just take it back over. Wink needs to be gone. You know, Kirk needs to be gone. And we just need to me, get somebody in here as a defensive coordinator who understands the college game. Because Wink, to me, is still coaching like he's in the NFL. These are college kids. College kids make a lot of mistakes The NFL guys don't. They're in the NFL for a reason. They can cover man better for a reason. You do not have to blitz like we do. We just leave chunks of the field open. 10, 12 yards off the ball, easy completions. I don't know. The only thing great about our defense is the front four. Linebackers are okay. And Will is doing okay. But as a whole, our third down defense is trash. It is complete trash. Our secondary play is trash. The team seems undisciplined. It's like I'm at a loss for words because I have not seen this in a long time. And it's not like we don't have big name, big game players. We do. We got guys that's going to be playing on Sunday. So what is the problem? This is the same defense that we have been running. And we can do nothing right in the pass defensive part of it. Nothing. It goes back to coaching. Offensively, I think we will be better. Like I said, I think Jack brings the kind of offense that Coach Moore wants. But it's got to change because I'm going to tell you what, I'm surprised that we haven't had some decommitments yet. If I was a wide receiver, why would I want to come to Michigan? Why? Our wide receivers, not Coast and Loveland, our wide receivers are averaging what? 2 catches a game? I mean, what's going on, man? You got people that are committed to play. And I know wide receivers are looking like, man, this is crazy. Why would I come to Michigan to block for 4 years? I understand there were some quarterback issues. I really do. Did we even throw the ball down the field against Washington anything longer than 25 yards? I want to say no. We don't even give our receivers a 50% chance. We don't even do that. You know, the offensive statistics are terrible. You know, our offense is close to the bottom in everything. Close to the bottom in everything. I can't tell you the last time that has been like that. Maybe the first year Rich Rod took over. Maybe. First, second year, Stephen Threet. He had him at quarterback. The other name slips my mind right now. But things have got to change. Looks like a 5-loss season, maybe 6. I'm not even confident in us beating Indiana at all. You know, it's like losses, I expect them. And it shouldn't be like that. You still got Ohio State and Oregon. You still got those two. You got Indiana. You got Illinois. Michigan State is they're no pushover. We can't take anybody for granted. The only pushover on the schedule is Northwestern. Are we going to be bowl eligible? I'm not calling for Coach Moore's job. I'm not doing that. He had a lot to take over. He had a lot to replace. And for the people who are talking about why didn't we hit the transfer portal for a quarterback, guys, remember, it was late in the game when he actually took over. You know, they gave him the job 2 days after Jim Harbaugh said he was going to the Chargers. It was only 2 days. But all these big-time quarterbacks were gone. They were already committed to other schools. And Michigan is not going to give them money to leave a school. They were already committed. There was nobody left for them to go get. So I can't fault Sharon Moore. I can fault Jim Harbaugh because he knew there was nobody after J.J. McCarthy. So we should have had somebody in here. I believe Coach Moore did the best he could when he became head coach. But see, now you got people who are big-time donors for Michigan. I believe his name is David Portnoy, Barstool. Supposedly, after he came out and said he would give up to $3 million to get a quarterback every single year. From what I understand, him and Coach Moore have already talked. So, if that's the case, make sure everything is on the up and up. And let Dave just do it. And let's start with the big guy that committed to LSU from Detroit. Start with him. And then let's get some wideouts in here. Let's do that. That game in Columbus, it looks like it's shaping up to not be pretty. To not be pretty. Not saying we can't win. Not saying that. It just doesn't look good right now. It doesn't. So hopefully we get a lot of these things corrected. A lot. It's just mind-boggling to see the fall off. I knew there was going to be a fall off. I did. But this is wow. And I can't say Coach Moore is not willing to do what he can to try to make everything better, because we've played 6 games and had 3 quarterbacks. I can't even tell you the last time I've even heard of that. But that lets you know that he's willing to make changes to try to get the right person in the right place. So, you know, hopefully things get better through the bye week. People get healed up. Schemes get better. You know, technique gets better. And we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But whether it's Jaden Davis, whether it's Carter, we'll have a quarterback next year. So that problem will be solved. It's been a long time since I said it's hard to watch Michigan football. And it's hard. It's hard to watch it. We need leaders to step up and stop making jokes in the post-game interviews about it was slippery. The turf was slippery because of Vegas, maybe. Donovan Edwards. I remember your quote, Mr. Edwards. You're going to be one of the best running backs we've ever seen. You're going to have your name mentioned with, I believe you said, Barry Sanders and Walter Payton. You shouldn't even be starting. So that's not going to happen. What you can do, though, is be the leader you're supposed to be, right? Round these guys up. Make them be held accountable. Make sure things are going the way they're supposed to go during the week. And make sure things are executed the best way you can on Saturday. So I appreciate you guys for joining me. I understand this was not a great episode, not a great discussion about Michigan, but there's nothing great to say. There's nothing great to say. I was really upset Saturday and just disgusted Sunday. So this is me being calm, being able to come on here and just air out the issues and the problems that need to be taken care of. So do me a favor, before I get out of here, remember, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, so you'll be notified anytime I drop any new content. Share the video for me. I would appreciate it very much. So until then, you guys have a good day, have a good night, and God bless.